My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Slay the Spire. We're going to be playing the Ironclad. Right? Right, I'm almost certain it's the Ironclad. Hang on. Run history. Yep, defect. It was a daily, I think. Or maybe it wasn't. Who knows? It's so long in the past. Random rare card, 100 gold, or 4 negative to HP to increase my max, but also pick up... No, just 4 negative to my HP in order to increase my max. That's actually not a bad option in this position, I don't think. Gives us the ability to stack up some HP before we go for the first elite fight, simply by trying to take less than 6 damage in each of these combats. If we have any sway over it at all. Don't know why I was incapable of playing the second strike there. Weird. Alright, Battle Trance is just a huge pickup. Great draw for a deck. Let's remove a single copy of Strike. The first thing that I'll be looking for is most likely going to be aggressive rather than defensive, so this will maintain the balance of the deck after that point. But also, it's not super bad in the meantime because the balance of the deck is already maintained by the fact that I draw a lot extra. At the moment, at the very least. Never mind, turns out I take a Shrug It Off next, so that invalidates entirely the point I was trying to make. Bash needs to be upgraded because I have no other aggressive cards yet, and I couldn't be guaranteed to get one in this position. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to remove Pain from the deck for too long here, so instead I'll just go for another upgrade. And you know what? It's just going to be on a basic strike. We need the ability to aggress if we are to get through any of these elites. Alright, a pretty good opening hand, all things said. Yeah. We'll actually dig for the extra draw on that hand, just because I think it will end up saving me a turn's worth of combat. Neat. Mercury Hourglass at the start of your turn, deal 3 damage to all enemies. Very, very, very happy to pick that up there. We've already removed a strike, so taking a perfected strike here doesn't seem like a great idea. Uppercut I'm pretty happy to take, though. Especially happy to upgrade it, so now we have the 2 weakness and 2 vulnerable from that. Smiling Mask, the merchant's card removal service now always costs 50 gold. Neato. Would love to have launched out the bash that turn, but... Actually, you know what? I don't even Battle Trance here, do I? No, I do. I do. Right, just to get the Ascender's Bane out of the deck. Essence of Steel, Blood for Blood Armament, the Flex. I think that's like a hard no on all of those. The Flex is a little bit better because we want extra damage and we have a little bit of extra card draw in both a Shrug It Off and Battle Trance at the moment. But it's still overwhelmingly... Like, unless you are going for, like, a hugely aggressive deck, it doesn't have the same amount of value. It just doesn't, unfortunately. Neat. Just gave me a bunch of stuff that I didn't really want there, and with 3 damage to all enemies at the start of each turn, this is not bad. So I should have played a defend first there, just to put another defense in my next shuffle. I've got to keep an eye on whether or not I'm about to trigger my next shuffle, because a lot of the time, I ignore that and end up regretting it. Okay, just give me the Battle Trance. Or not, that's fine. And thought about the fact that a hand that didn't include the Battle Trance would actually be better. Clearly I should have. Double defend this turn, please. Yeah, that was actually really unlikely. I'm very glad we got that. There were only 3 defends in the deck worth of 13 cards at that point. So getting the double defend on that turn was a Herculean task of luck. Pendib, every 10th attack you blade deals double damage. Okay, so we're starting to get the damage in this deck. It's just not... good. Yeah, I'm not keen on taking the damage here, so. Let's just remove those targets, defend a wee bit. And then the final one's gone. Get my 6 HP for ending the combat. Rupture. No, I don't take that before I have a synergistic piece with it. Thunderclap. No, I already have 2 kind of like very heavy vulnerability appliers, or applicators in the deck at the moment. I think actually keeping the enemy vulnerable for another turn is going to be more important. Damn it. Unfortunately, they went all in with their largest attack first, which means that I was wrong. Weakening them would have been better. Yep, I'll use the strength potion literally just to pop them. Warpaint. Upon pickup, upgrade 2 random skills. We'll make sure to try and pick up a skill first. Ugh, I don't really want... You know what? I'll take Berserk. I so rarely do, but it could actually be quite powerful in this deck. We have a lot of draw. Maybe that's enough to make it worthwhile. So 2 vulnerable, so this does mean that I will be affected next turn. I can't have that, unfortunately. That is unless I end up splitting the enemy this turn, in which case I definitely should have done it. Yeah, I think I end up splitting the enemy this turn. Yeah, I definitely should have played Berserk when I had the opportunity then. So Berserk is only going to affect me for the next turn at this rate. 27 damage is still a lot. Bash. Upgraded strike. Upgraded strike with extra damage, thank you, Pen Nib. And then the finishing blow is dealt by the Mercury Hourglass. The Mercury Hourglass is, however much you think the Mercury Hourglass is contributing to the deck, I guarantee, or contributing to our damage, I guarantee you're underestimating it. No matter what. It is extraordinary. Goodbye, slime, and hello, limit break. Demon form. Deck's not defensive enough to run demon form yet, but I have like no identity in this deck, so I do want something. Immolate is just a lot of AoE. It's quite powerful. Being able to double up an Immolate is really important. It'll help me get through a lot of the next floor. So I'm thinking that I'll actually take the Coffee Dripper here. Because I'm the Ironclad, this is actually less bad of a relic. Not only do we have access to a lot of very powerful defensive tools, not that we'll be taking any of those in this circumstance, but we have the heal 6 at the end of each end of each combat to make it a lot more palatable. So we probably don't need another energy relic after this next boss, which is not a statement I say lightly. Hell, it's not a statement I say. Period. Save this one circumstance where it happens to ring true. Yeah, I'll play the Berserk here. It doesn't even amplify those because they amplify to 1.5 and then get rounded down. The main concern is that if next turn the bird in the backline decides to go for a big attack, then maybe that didn't turn out to be the best thing that we could have done. They didn't go for a big attack, but it's still problematic for us. Popped him. Popped him and bopped him. Alright, so what? 5 energy a turn? Neato. It's 2 by 6 in the 50. Yeah, I should have targeted the other liners. That's my bad. I mean, take the Inflame just to play an Inflame. It's valuable. Doesn't cost too much. Okay. A lot of my working goes on how difficult will this to be to play and how much will it return to me when I do it. And it's not going to be too difficult to play at all. And the return will be pretty potent. Sweet. Find me, no, probably none of these actually. More than happy to pass. Ooh, give me the Necronomicon. Come on, Nilri's Codex. At the end of your turn, you may shuffle one of 3 random cards back into your draw pile. Know what I mean? It's just like a bit... Like, it could have been better than... but it wasn't. It's... Alright, sweet. I'm just setting myself up for the ability to kill that frontliner with the possible draw of the AoE card here. Oh, we don't get it. That's okay. Our extra energy still allows us primarily, mostly to defend ourselves this turn. That Whirlwind's not lethal on anyone, unfortunately, here. Hey, drop another Immolate in the deck. Get ready for it. Okay, gotta make sure I play 1, 2. Okay. Hopefully I get Immolate in my... Ghostly Armor is actually pretty good here because of how important it is that we need to defend ourselves. We'll take the Ritual Dagger as well. Probably not too early to pick that up. Yeah, I wanted the Pendant upgraded just in case this was an AoE fight, in which case opening with the Immolate in our hand would have been ridiculous. Sadly, it's not an AoE combat, so I don't get the ridiculous benefit of that. Playing Shockwave is actually really important here. It'll prevent a huge amount of incoming damage. There is basically no correct turn to play Berserk in this combat, unfortunately. So it is most likely just going to be ignored. Trying to keep the enemy reasonably weak here. Sweet. Hmm. 25. Yeah, we're still short on lethal even if we use the bomb this turn. None of that's relevant, especially not for this deck as it currently stands. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of difficulty with the next elite, unfortunately. Girya, you can now gain strength at rest sites up to 3 times maximum, as well as a copy of spot weakness. Let me gain some strength. I'm going to use a fire potion here just so that I can play the Ritual Dagger and have it actually pick up its effect. Very important we get that as soon as possible. Sweet. Okay, so the Gremlin Leader summons this turn. I am pretty desperately hopeful here that we've managed to pick up either Battle Trance or the Immolate. And with the Battle Trance, I'm obviously looking to pick up Immolate so that I can kill all these enemies at the same time. Battle Trance gives me Immolate. Neat. So I will now actually play Berserk. Did not need to. Goodbye, Gremlin Leader. Hello, old coin. Upon pickup, gain 300 gold. Not half bad. Bag preparation. At the start of combat, draw 2 additional cards. Neat. More than happy to have them. The only enemy attacking next turn is the frontliner, because the backliner is going to be debuffing us. And the frontliner only attacks for 6. So if I can defend against the 18 incoming this turn, then I get to play the Berserk without really getting too much of a downside. And it does look like we managed to do the thing that I just said we might manage to do. Sure, I'll take a Carnage. Just a singular large hit. Come on, find me some vulnerability. Oh my god, we did. Neat. Even get the ritual dagger for the kill. Limit break? I mean, we only have... we do have spot weakness. Yeah, I guess we take a single copy of limit break now. Okay. Defend, defend, defend. Strike the back line. Play nothing else this turn. Ideally, we get Immolate next turn. Not guaranteed, but it's also not incredibly unlikely. There it is. I was very much hoping to draw an attack there so that I could get the largest defense as well as a kill on the Slaver. Oh well. I mean, we are going really, really well with these elites so far. Vajra started combat with 1 strength. Okay, so with Girya and Vajra, we definitely want that limit break in the deck. Regen potion and pre-upgraded clothesline. Sure, we have the ability to afford it. Lift again. I'm gonna have 4 strength entering any normal combat. That's a lot. That's a hefty, sizable amount right there. I'm probably going to be in this fight for at least 5 more turns, so I'm more than happy to play my regen potion here. If I can just get even 3 turns worth of value out of it, it's totally worth it as far as I'm concerned. Alright, drawing that Immolate 1 turn earlier than I really would have liked there is actually pretty negatively impactful for us. I don't need to play the limit break just yet. Sword Boomerang is huge right now, though. Get 'em, boys. Okay, Sword Boomerang I'm hoping hits the frontliner twice. It does not. Rough. I really wanted to weaken the backliner here. That would take 9 damage off of their attack, but killing the frontliner and then defending takes more than that. What takes the 9 damage the frontliner is going to deal, and then also gives 5 blocks, so it's 14. Immolate for the kill. Happy Flower. Every 3 turns, gain an energy as well as... No, none of that, thank you. Oh, hell yes. Let's fight for victory here as well. Oh, I love it. I really want to play Immolate this turn. I should do that. It's pretty important that we do. Neat. Just give me a bludgeon for an insta-kill on a target next turn. Hopefully next turn, at least. Oh, it did happen to be next turn. Beautiful. We'll attack it for the easy kill, and I'm fighting for victory. I'm doing it. I want it so damn bad. No. So 16 incoming. So I am going to have to play some skills this turn. Oh, yikes. Really? I don't even have weakness. Those 2 would have been great draws, but yeah, we're dead here now. No, we aren't! Oh! Anyone else just immediately realize what I did wrong? We're still alive for a moment, but anyone else immediately see what I screwed up there? Because I did, literally as soon as I finished committing the action. I could have just killed the backline of that turn instead. I haven't calculated the exact damage on it, but I'm almost certain I had lethal on that backliner if I just focused on them. Dead Branch. Whenever you exhaust a card, add a round card to your hand as well as Matroshka. The next 2 numbers chest you open contain 2 relics. Sure. Sure. Even give me a True Grit, so the ability to start activating that. I'd love to rest here. Just, oh god. Imagine resting. Wouldn't that be fun? I'm going to upgrade the Limit Break, though, because it's my best chance at scaling ridiculously and making it difficult for the Automaton to do anything. take a single copy of Heavy Blade for this deck, sure. 12, 8. I can Inflame, Spot Weakness, Limit Break for the first time. Now I can start taking out targets actually on the field already. Well, Fiendfire is just a fully new hand for us at this point as well. As long as I can take it back. 2 damage short of being able to kill with a single attack here, unfortunately. If I use the Fiendfire right now, I burn out basically all of the defense in my deck is the big problem. Oh well. If that's how it's got to be, that's how it's got to be. Okay. I mean, that's survival this turn. That's a lot more than I really thought I could expect. The enemy is now vulnerable to being made vulnerable. And now we're definitely dead this turn. Yeah. 43 incoming damage is no joke. I mean... Nora's 32 strength. Another copy of Limit Break. Alright. Lizard Tail. When you would die, heal to 50% of your max HP works once. There's also the Eternal Feather. For every 5 cards in your deck, heal 3 HP whenever you enter a rest site. So that for us is only, what, 12 HP every single time we go to a rest site? But that's a lot. For a deck that doesn't have the ability to actually just rest at those rest sites, that can be a lot. So I feel like I'm a little ill-equipped to take on a bunch of elites here, but I do want as many rests and as many shops as is possible. Should have done that in the other order. I just would have gotten more damage out. But I was thinking, oh, is there any way I end up using this for lethal? But immediately realized, yeah, there's no way I ever have the ability to use this for lethal in this combat. Nope. So I want as many shops as possible and as many rests as is possible. Not too difficult to fulfill those criteria. Love to play Berserk this turn, but I'd also like not to die. And weirdly, self-preservation instincts kick over the top of that. That Ritual Dagger would be a lovely, lovely little tool for killing the backliner. And you know what? I'll actually do it here. Neat. Saves me from having to use a bunch of attacks to try and get that kill. Goodbye, Repulsor, and hello to... yeah, shrug it off. Okay. There are a hell of a lot worse turns out there. God. I never get to play the limit breaks when I want to. Now you're actually trying to debuff me. Immediately throw out the Fiendfire for 45 damage as well as just refilling my hand. Neat. Let's just put a Whirlwind in there so I'm guaranteed lethal next turn. Regardless of what I end up drawing. Neat. Steroid Potion as well as Whirlwind. Yeah, we do want a single copy of that in the deck, actually, so I'm more than happy to take it. First shop. Ooh, Lantern. Started combat with additional energy. Love that. Toy Ornithopter. Whenever you use a potion, heal for 5 HP. Yeah, not a huge fan of that one. There's Discovery Belt. Whenever you apply Vulnerable, also apply Weaken. We have the Uppercut that applies Vulnerable, but it already applies Weaken itself. And then Bash. I mean, that's actually really low tier for us. We could take that and then Thunderclap as well, but then I'm starting to chunk up my deck. And really, the core of this deck is actually getting to and playing those limit breaks consistently. So what we're actually going to want to do here is just remove a strike, and I actually think I may pass. We'll take the Ancient Artifact Potion. But we do have another shop later on in this floor, and a bunch of question marks between here and there. 125 lost? Sure. Dreamcatcher, whenever you rest, you may add a card to your deck. Well, we are incapable of resting, so... Crumbs. One down. 3 to go. I mean, it's not so simple. They are all pretty much dead. Clothesline, Metallicized Impervious. Nope. Smith the other limit break for another upgrade. That's going to be really important in boss fights, especially because I can start each boss fight, the boss fight, with 9 strength. Just suddenly burst that out onto the field. Bag of marbles at the start of combat. Apply 1 vulnerable to all enemies. I'll also take the Sapphire key here. Okay. I actually do get to use Ritual Dagger finally. Neat. Should have taken the Heavy Blade there, actually. I want to weaken the frontliner, but I know that I need to kill the backliner. I desperately don't want to use the steroid potion right now. Fine, I'm not doing it. Another immolate in there just in case the enemy summons next turn and then the immolate's on the bottom of the deck. Sweet. Alright, so we've already got lethal sorted here. $460 damage, was that enough? Bronze Scales, start each combat with 3 Thorns. Always like to see that. I'll take my first Heavy Blade. Actually now have 1 in the deck. I know they said it could be done. Remove 4 max HP here, I think. Just be a bit safe. Brimstone. So, this is amazing for this deck. But, if I fight the heart, this will instantly kill me. I gain 2 strength at the start of my turn, and all enemies gain 1 strength. The enemy has a multi-hit on either turn 2 or 3 for 15 times. That doesn't add up to a success. So here I have to ask, do I want to win this with a unique deck? Or do I want to have a chance against the heart? Not all things work for all of them. We definitely end up taking the Paper Frog. Enemies with Vulnerable take 75% more damage rather than 50% more damage, because that's obviously incredible for us. Bottled Lightning is also probably a good idea here. Literally just getting out a limit break super early on, to me, seems incredible. But do I take the Brimstone instead? I think I can grow my strength at such a rate that I will be able to kill this boss. And to give myself a chance against the heart as well, I'm going to avoid taking Brimstone. I wish I did not have to make that judgment. And we got a little money left over for the next shop anyway. We'll recall here so that if I happen to get something I want to smith more than the Heavy Blade in the next space, we'll be prepared to do so. Double tapping a Heavy Blade seems like a totally reasonable way to finish out this fight, so I'll set myself up for the ability to do so. And then double tap. Ritual Dagger, just get the kill with that. Well, Intimidate is weakness, but also we don't have much weakness in the deck, but it also just gives me another card to my hand instead, right, to replace itself. Let's upgrade the heavy blade because we actually do get to pretty wild amounts of strength pretty damn quickly. I mean, look. If the game is gonna do this, I'll do it as well. Demon form is now just such a bad way to gain strength. It's so slow compared to just getting back to my limit breaks. Give me those broken limits, damn. Oh my god, that's another limit break. Why? Ah, wild. I can't believe the limit break gave me the limit break. Perfect. This whirlwind feels like a little bit of overkill. I'm going to make sure that I play 2 attacks this turn instead so that I start incrementing the pen nib. I've already gone past my battle trance in this deck so far, so it's a great time to pick that up. Oh, and we happen to get awarded Sword Boomerang. Neat. So that's our Ascension 16 victory. I've left myself with as best, as good a build as I possibly can for the heart with what I was trying to accomplish beforehand. True Grit being able to actually target something is probably the most important upgrade out of those. I would have loved to Dolly's Mirror another one into my deck. You know, another one. I think I take Shrug It Off here as well as card removal. And the card removal probably should be one of the wimpy defends. No, it should be a strike. It should be a strike, even if the strike is upgraded. Because our offense knows no limits as long as we live long enough. So this is 18 to all enemies. I would get 4 more strength. It would go up by 8. It would go up to 26 to all enemies. 26 to all enemies 4 times. It's 104 damage. It's not enough for lethal. I heal 6 at the end of this fight, so I'm thinking that I might want to go something like this. Probably shouldn't have actually held onto it. Probably should have just dealt some damage that turn, rather than waiting and trying to go for all of the damage instead. Ritual Dagger is almost a kill on a target as well. That's so sad to use this early. Yep. Just a whole lot of damage I get to take in this combat. Lovely. Dude, love me some of that damage. Alright, I have to turn my character around here. Let's burn out that Berserk. We're definitely never playing that. No, we don't weaken the enemies by playing Thunderclap here, and it doesn't kill the backliner, so it's a little bit weak. I was hoping to get a defensive card by burning out the Berserk there. Rather than give up my defensive cards. Alright. Got him, but I'm not pleased. At the start of each combat, heal for 2 HP. Sure, I'll even take a heavy blade. We'll see how this goes. So, Ancient, then the Steroid Potion. Use 1, Shrug It Off. Inflame. Limit Break, Clothesline to keep the enemy weak for basically the entire combat. Because I'll be dead, or the enemy will be dead by then, basically. That's just how this looks like it'll go. 30 incoming damage. If I play 2 more cards here, you know what? I'm playing them. I'm looking for a defend. Oh my god. I want to play the limit breaks. Oh, never mind. We have the burn in the hand. Yeah, I had to stop playing cards 3 turns ago. Come on, give me a defensive card. Nope. All right. 30 incoming damage. We've already lost 2 for the burn. So I was using that exhaust chain just looking for any defensive card that I could have picked up there, because we weren't going to be dealing enough damage that turn, and we weren't going to be dealing much damage the turn after, because what? You can deal a maximum of 300 in a single turn, and that turn was going to be the singular large hit. So I needed to save as much HP as possible, because in the next turn, I was definitely not killing the enemy, so I either had to defend or die. So I took the long risk of being able to defend in that first turn. Didn't end up coming out our way, unfortunately, but hey, it doesn't always. So that's the success on Ascension 16 for the Ironclad, but a following death to the heart. For the moment, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.